Hey y'all. So I know it's been a minute. So I hope everyone is doing very, very well. But we have a lesson from the garden today. And I'm sorry it took me so long to post this, but this one took a little time because it needed a little setup. All right. So today's topic is keep sowing. SOWing. Keep sowing. So you guys know that, I've talked to you guys. We're going to walk through the garden today, by the way, because I need to show you a few different things in a few different places. So I talked to you guys. I told you guys about in the beginning about my kale seeds and how many. And so I've been able to harvest my kale seeds, and I have so many seeds. I've given 2 people at work, bags of seeds. I still have seeds that I'm not planting this year, and I still have more seeds to harvest. But what I want to show you is what the kale did own. So, see all these little things that you probably think are weeds. That's kale. The kale reseeded itself. So all those seeds, which is a whole nother sermon, but we're not gonna do that today. The kale dropped its seed and started to grow. I didn't even have to touch it. Y'all take that for what it's worth. So as we walk through the garden, so here are the tomatoes, and you can see they are not quite as plentiful as they once were, but we still have tomatoes at different stages of growth, right? We still have tomatoes over here. We still got a few green ones. We got some red ones. We got some that are ripening on the vine. Where else are we going to go? We're going to go over here. So we've got all kind of peppers coming in. Oh, there's one. Can you see that one? And then we've got our hot peppers over in there. And all that's amazing, right? All that's wonderful. All these wonderful things that are growing in my garden that I am not ready to harvest. But if I don't do any more work, that's the end. No more food. So I had to sow. I had to sow some more. So say hello to lettuce and Swiss chard. And then just over here, the spinach is just starting to pop. And then the mushroom that came to hang out with us. So what are we learning today in this garden? That while your harvest is coming in, you can't just stop at your current harvest. You have to remember that you're going to need more later. And so even though these seeds have grown and I have fruit and I have been able to can food and I have so many tomato products in my basement right now, that I have to remember that I still want things to be growing in the next season. So in order for things to grow in the next season, I have to sow again in this season. All right. So whatever it is that you're doing, remember, you want it to go on and on and on as long as it possibly can. So you got to sow again. If you stop sowing with your time, if you have stopped sowing with your talent, if you have stopped sowing with your treasure, if you have stopped tithing, I really want to encourage you to remember that your seed today is for your harvest later. And if you don't want to be in a place where you are not receiving a harvest because you didn't sow when you were led. So know that even while you're reaping, you've got to be sowing, because in order for it to continue, you have to do your part. And so beets. I sowed some beets. I don't even know if I like beets, but we're going to find out while I was picking tomatoes. I was sowing beets because I know that I want to have more. I want to continue to have in my next season. So just a little encouragement to you. Just keep sowing. Just keep sowing. That's all you got to do. All you got to do to reap the harvest is keep sowing. So wherever you have stopped or wherever you have gotten a little lax, I just want to encourage you to keep sowing.